Hello. It's been some time since I made a video, and I apologize for that. But I've been caught up with everything with life this, life that, just all this stuff. And now this corona mess is just ridiculous now. But I wanted to talk a little bit about something that was told to me years ago, and I didn't see the message now. I didn't see the message back at that time, and that was maybe like 13, maybe 12, 10 years ago or so, but I didn't see the message and how to apply these things at the time. But I have watched part two of Madam C.J. Walker. I guess her mini series on Netflix. Very good so far, by the way. I've been interested in her story for quite some time. And I had read little bits and pieces about her, whichever publication had this and that about her. I picked it up, of course, read about her doing this and starting her hair business, and I thought it was great. But the movie, the miniseries, went in depth a little bit more. I don't know if you haven't seen it yet, don't even watch. But it's a lesson in there. She didn't give up. She did not give up. Her desire to create and promote a product was so intense and so strong, she did not give up until she accomplished what she set out to do. All the obstacles that came in her way. So far, like I said, I'm in part two, but it showed quite a few obstacles. Colorism and things of that nature. And it's amazing that she kept pushing through like she did. I took a little bit of notes about the part two that I watched a few times because it was so intense, and I had a ping moment where it finally made some sense. I have a friend that told me over and over and over and over again, and then you have C.T. Fletcher talking about his magnificent obsession with the weight. If you do not know C.T. Fletcher, please go look him up. Baddest man I ever saw in fitness. Ever. Ever. And his story is inspiring as well. But she just never gave up. All the obstacles. That means it's not just her not having the money or anything like that. But the fire, people not believing in her, people doubting her, no investors. She had virtually no help. But she made this happen. And that was the biggest thing for me. I really got into that scene. So I made a mention of it. And of course, my friend was like, Andrea, I've been telling you this, telling you that, I've been telling you the same thing over and over and over again about the particular thing. But it's one thing to hear it for what it's worth, because y'all know I'm deaf. But it's another thing to see it portrayed out on the screen. And I hit home, and I sat there dumbfounded for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, all this time? So that was my ping moment. It was amazing. She didn't let anything discourage her, even after the fire. She didn't let it bother her at all. Even being talked down to, she didn't let that bother her. She let it roll off her back. A lot of people can't do that, but she let it roll off of her back. And she kept going right for it. That's another hurdle. She just jumped over that one hurdle, and then, okay, ran into another one, jumped over that hurdle with the investors, jumped over that hurdle when somebody tried to force themselves further, jumped over another hurdle, and she kept going till she made some type of breakthrough. And it took her a while, but she did it. And another thing she did that people are afraid to do is get up, move somewhere else, and start over. Start that journey over. Start it over. But don't be afraid to leave where you are. And she didn't flinch. She went to a whole nother state where she doesn't know anybody. And she made this happen for herself. You know, that's one thing I don't want to do for myself. Go to somewhere else and make my dream happen. Now, I had mentioned before in another video that I have a business idea, and I do. I don't have an investor to save my life. I'm cool with that. I'm going to find a way to make that happen. Just like Madam C.J. Walker did. And I still have it in my brain. And I don't know if that's it's an obsession or not, but I'm constantly thinking on this thing, constantly, because that has to be the way to do it. Like I said, she got over all this discouragement, all these hurdles, everything, and she made it happen. And I thought that was such a big lesson for everybody, really, not just me, but for everyone. And like I said, I was told this before, and I didn't get it then, but I damn sure got it now. And it's a shame that it took so long. It's really a shame that it took so long. Octavia Spencer, she's killing it. She really is. She is tearing this role up. And I'm so glad I sat down and watched it. I'm so glad I watched it twice. And when I go back in the house, I'm going to watch it a third time. It was a wonderful, wonderful scene. She didn't let sexism, if I'm saying it right, she didn't let that bother her either when she got talked down to. It was amazing. And she kept right on going because she had such an idea for hair care that was revolutionary. And nobody would take a chance with her. But she didn't care. One way or another, she was going to make that happen. And she did. She made that happen. She made it happen. She got down with it. And she never let it left her sight. She had it such internalized that I think people thought she was crazy because she wouldn't let that idea go. She kept moving on with it. You understand? Regardless of the money, not having any money and not being able to find an investor, which she did eventually, but that's later on in that chapter 2. You have to watch this. It's really good. And it's at the 30 mark, I think, the 30 mark of chapter 2 of the CJ Walker movie on Netflix. It's wonderful. And it just made me think about it. And I saw myself in that entire scene. I said, well, I'll be damned. This is really, wow. Maybe just wake up a bit. Maybe open my eyes a little bit. With me, I was sitting around, not sitting around so much, but constantly, okay, I got to get the money first. Okay, I got to wait for the right time. Okay, I got to wait for this. I got to do that. I got to do that. And before you know it, years go by. Try one thing, don't work out. Okay, let me try something else. Same thing, but different way. Okay, don't work out. Like she was doing. She was exploring every avenue, and she did. She kept going until she found what she was looking for, until she found the avenue that will allow her to continue moving instead of going to roadblock after roadblock. Me, I'm coming to roadblock and trying to figure out something. All right, then I end up leaving it alone and be attentive to something else. That's why I screwed up. And watching her in that scene just made me realize that I've been doing it wrong all along. Like my friend, he's telling me to do this, do that, do that. And I'm like, what? You know, how? How do you do this? How do you do that? But I got it finally. I don't know if it's too late, but I got it finally. But I had to just make a quick video about that because it's true. I mean, don't let anyone tell you can't do anything. Don't let anyone tell you it's impossible. That's the worst thing you can follow. Is somebody telling you that something is impossible for you to do. Horrible, horrible advice. Just because someone doesn't see your vision doesn't mean it can't be a reality. It may take, I don't know, different roads to get there, but you can get there. Just like Miss Walker, she took different roads to get to where she had to go and make her dream happen. Build her factory like she wanted to, get her products out there. But she made it happen somehow. Even if she had to take a loss, she made it happen. And it took me quite a few years to finally get this. It smacked me right upside the head. I sat there watching that scene like, what the hell? All of this time? I'm trying to figure this out. It's amazing. It's amazing. But she believed in herself, regardless to what anyone said. She believed in herself. When her own husband didn't believe her, to see her vision. He didn't want to hear it. But she was like, "Fuck that. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get it done. With or without you." And that's where she was. And I love that. Very strong-spirited, determined, business-minded, goal-oriented woman. Really embraced what she wanted to do. She knew she didn't want to be a washwoman anymore. Just like I know I couldn't clean rooms anymore. I can't do that. There gotta be something else out there. I know I don't want to work in retail forever, doing the same thing over and over and over. I know I can't be a cashier anymore. It's getting old, and it don't even feel right. Or when something's not settling in your spirit, and it's not feeling right to you, it's time to move on. And that's what she did from being a washwoman. She let that crap go, got up, left, and went to a whole nother state to fulfill that desire and that goal, that want, that need, everything. And I admire her for that. I respect her for that. I'm so glad I caught that part of the movie. And I'm going to go back and watch the other three. I think it's 2 more parts, I believe, but I'm definitely going to go back and watch it. But it was a very pivotal scene. And then when she recognized her power, she shared it with other women who didn't even see the power that they had within themselves. And it's a shame because a lot of women don't realize they have a power within themselves. They have it and don't utilize it or recognize it. I know I have a power within myself. And Madam C.J. Walker, she had a story. She said the more she told her story, the powerful she became. The more power she had. And she did. She did. You know, I don't even know how to, I don't know if I'm articulating anything correctly, but I know that's what she said. She said that, she said that telling her story, she said there's power in telling your story. And that gave her power to move forward. Her being a washwoman, her being so stressed out about a previous relationship and being abused that she lost her hair. And that's where her story began, with her losing her hair. Who knew? I didn't know that. And that's her testimony, and that's her story. And she says it again and again because it's true. And that's the thing that propelled her to the greatness and being a history maker that she is right now. But so far, it just really struck a nerve. And it gave me that ping moment that I've been looking for over 10 years. And I finally got it. I visualized it. See it visualized or played out in the movie. I know I'm all over the place with this video. But, like I said, it's an impromptu video. I didn't plan on this one. I had other things planned, but I didn't plan on this one. But anyway, I won't keep talking about it. I'll just encourage you to watch that particular part 2 and get down with it. Watch it at the 30 mark, I believe, and continue through. It's very good. And if you see yourself in that scene, that movie is talking to you. Listen. Just listen. And take what you can get from that movie and internalize it. And hold on to it. But do that. Do that for yourself. If anybody trying to push you down about a dream or goal, let them go. Let them go. Because their vision is definitely not yours. Especially if you are, like C.T. Fletcher, obsessed with making your vision a reality. You've got to move forward. And I'm glad I saw it. But that's all I wanted for tonight. Everybody just be safe. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Take the vitamins in the midst of this pandemic that we're going through. Just take care of yourself. Eat right and exercise. And get at your healthiest. All right? But thank you very much for listening to me. Good night.